Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 1 of Super Games and Ghosts. This is the pilot episode. Usually the format's going to be that I'll have different people come on and tell their ghost stories, which will be accompanied by some gameplay of some sort with some spooky ambient music in the back to sort of get everybody in the mood for the story. I guess to preface everything, I have experienced some things that I don't have an explanation for. I have somewhat of an idea of the paranormal and things of that nature. But basically, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to tell my first story, and then hopefully I'll be able to post an episode weekly, having the 40-hour a week 40-hour job keeps me from pumping out a lot of content on a regular basis, but I'm hoping that this will be kind of fun for me and you. So I guess let's get into it. Okay, so when I was about 15 or 16 years old, it was the night before Christmas, and most kids the night before Christmas have a hard time sleeping. At least I did, because I was always pumped to get presents the next day. So I was, sleeping in bed, and my room in our family home was sort of positioned very close to the living room area, the communal family area, if you will. And you could always see the glow of the Christmas tree in the background, and it would, reflect off of my white door, which I kept open at night because I had a little bit of a fear of the dark, not, the dark itself, but, things that may or may not be able to get me in the dark. And I'm sure that other people felt that way as well. But on this particular night, I recall waking up pretty early in the morning, as I did most Christmas mornings. I would always wake up before everybody else, just so excited to have that time with my family and open presents. Very exciting when you're a kid. So on this particular morning, I'm laying there in bed, and I'm trying to get more sleep because I understand that it's very, very early. It's probably like 1, 2 a.m. at this point. And next to my room, there was a staircase that used to go upstairs because the home that we were in got sort of turned into a duplex. It used to be all one home, but then the top got sealed off from the bottom. So there was this staircase that separated my room from the kitchen. So I'd say it was probably about a 4 or 5 foot width. And then there would have been an opening up top to get upstairs. But since that had been closed off, nobody could get to it. There was a door that you could get into from my room, but nobody could get up there. No one. So all of a sudden, I start hearing footsteps on the stairs. And that's kind of creeping me out because, as I said before, nobody could get to those stairs. And I'm starting to think, well, maybe I'm just hearing things. Maybe I'm hearing things, right? And I start doing the thing. I'm pulling the covers closer, over toward my face, because the covers are obviously, when you're a kid, the covers are utmost protection. And that's going to protect you from everything. But the noise keeps getting louder and louder, and it was as if somebody was stomping on the stairs, like next to my head, because my bed was right up against that wall. And I remember being so scared because I couldn't explain how this was happening. There was no explanation for it. And I know I wasn't dreaming because once it suddenly stopped, I had, got up and, went out, and I slept on the couch the rest of that night. But the thing that really got me is that the more I tried to convince myself that it wasn't real and that there was nothing really happening, the louder it got. I mean, it was deafening, and I don't know how no one else woke up, but that was one of many different things that happened in my family home when I was a kid. I never quite experienced anything else that was exactly like that, though there were a lot of different things that happened in the house. I can say that was probably one of the scariest things that I'd had to deal with at that point in my life.